What's going on, guys? It's DMG. I have a few things to show you today. I had a couple things that came in the mail and got some mesh, but first I wanted to just tag this into the video. I know a lot of people have been looking and asking me where to get, good lacrosse stuff at cheap money. And if you do subscribe to Sports Stop, if you ever heard of them before, they carry a whole bunch of stuff. They're located in New Hampshire, and they have what they call a pretty cool test drive. It's a 45-day period where you buy something, you get to use it. It doesn't matter if it has scoopies or whatever, and if you don't like it, you return it and exchange it out for something else and find out what works for you. But the cool thing is they're running a huge sale right now. They're getting rid of a lot of the old stuff, so this is really the time to, if you're on a budget, you're looking for cool lacrosse stuff, I do know they're selling Professors in some of the limited colors, the greens, the colored Professors for $29. That was on the deal yesterday. They're selling out on all the old Crypto Pro Diamonds, so if you want to see those before they turn into the Burn Pro shaft that just released this year, go check that out, and you can get a great deal. So, but yeah, the only other thing that I wanted to show you too, I'm going to pass over to this, is I know it might not look much, but they're two different shooters. I got these in as samples because I'm going to be getting some string. I've been spooled out over the weekend making kits, and I decided that I wanted to give Stringer Shack a try because I buy a lot of mesh off of them, but I wanted to try them off a string. Usually I go to Jimalax for that, but with the shipping, buying from both places all the time, kind of makes sense to just buy it from one if you can. They do offer a bulk discount if you buy over a certain amount, so you might want to check in with them. They have a website, obviously, stringershack.com. You just inquire and look what you're looking for, and most of the stuff is pretty equivalent to the prices on the Jimma site. But there's two different types of shooters that they do offer, which is cool, as well as does Jimalax. So if you're used to the colored shooters, and you like that sort of texture that they have, they sell. But on the Stringer Shack side, they sell acrylics and they sell polyesters. The acrylics are actually 10 millimeter. Actually, I'm sorry. The acrylics are, I believe they're 12 millimeters, so they're almost the same standard size as hockey laces. A little bit bigger than the Jimma Whites, but they have a good amount of hold to them. They feel nice and cottony, which is nice. And you can buy spools of them up to 100 yards if you like, or buy them just regularly if you like. They come in, black, white, orange, red, all the cool colors, and a few neons, I believe, as well as some strikers. But like I said, the cool thing is that if you string a lot of sticks, as opposed to the Jimma site, you're able to buy a spool of a different color shooter, as opposed to just having to buy singles in black or singles in Volt or orange or whatnot. So you can buy a whole spool of black or red if that's your color, but I usually go with white. So this is really my type of shooter. I like it definitely a lot. So if you're used to the Jimma Whites, if you're used to some of the low-end hockey laces that don't have a lot of bulk, this view is going to create a nice smooth release. If you're used to that sort of textury feeling, these are 10 millimeter, and these are equivalent to the Jimma Whites as far as the sizing goes. They tell them 10 millimeters across. If I zoom in, they have a few different textured layers to them. They're kind of like flat on one side, and they're fray cut as they come just like this. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see them. But when you put them on the stick, they have a little bit of weight to them, a little bit of stretch. They're going to provide a little bit of hold. Not too much because, like I said, they are thin. So if you're using 15 millimeter mesh, it's probably a good idea if you use these. If you're using 20 mil, I definitely pick up these. But like I said, you can interchange depending on what your preference is. If you're the type of guy that wants to add a little bit more hold to your stick and a little bit more snap and a good release, I suggest you buy these. If you're the type of guy that likes a lot of whip or doesn't like a lot of whip, these things are kind of adjustable to both conditions. They do have a little bit of layering on them too, so they're equivalent to how Jimma makes the colored shooters. So putting that aside, I made some mesh today, finished up some of the orders, got a black and orange piece that looks really cool, going back to like the Octoberish theme. That one's, I forget who that's going on to. I'm sorry, I have bad allergies today. And I made a green to silver. Nice Loyola colors. Too bad they didn't make the tournament. Oh well, but that's just life. So I made those two pieces. Those are going to be going out today. I made a pretty cool goalie piece. It's a royal to white 12D fade, and it looks really nice. Zoom in for that nice color. I don't have bags for the goalie mesh yet, so I just use regular Ziplocs and put my regular label on them, and they work fine until I can grab some goalie bags. But I sell probably about 80% more player mesh than goalie anyway, so I don't really think it matters too much as long as it has a label and a nice creative touch to it. You guys are just going to rip it out of the bag anyway, but I kind of like this. They're resealable with the drawstring. I mean, so why not? And who really cares? But going back to the heads, I got a couple of them. I know I showed you the RP3 in the last video. Over the weekend, the Lakota U came in. My original white Lakota broke, and I opted to get this one. I haven't gave it a little pinch yet, which I was thinking of doing to make it more like this head, which I'll show you in a second. But wanted to get it a little bit more pinched in the middle because, as you guys know, the Lakota U's are a little bit stubby and wide at the bottom. But one of the things that took me to buy this one as opposed to the regular Lakota in exchange was that I've felt these in the past, and they're sort of like a matte finish on the sides, and they're kind of like a glossy finish on the top of the scoop, matte in the middle. But one of the greatest things about them is they offer 2 screw holes at the bottom, so you can really latch your shaft down to it, which is cool. Like I said, I've reviewed these before, but this comes in a cool colorway. They call it, I think it's called Antrikite or something like that. It means like a dark titanium. It's not exactly silver. It's not exactly gray. I'll put it up to my pants. I know that's kind of bad lighting, but yeah, that's the kind of color that you're going to get. And it has a nice golden yellow big Nike logo at the top. So it's pretty cool. I like it. Kind of put some mesh in there and string it up, and hopefully it'll look nice. Don't exactly know which type of mesh I'm going to put in it, but just put that back down where it was. And I got this in the mail today, which is awesome. I traded back my NOZ. The NOZ was a belated birthday gift, and I didn't like the color of it at all, and I've had the Epic Hawk on this thing for a while, but I didn't really want to... I'm kind of scared. I don't really want to... Not saying that I don't want to break it, but I don't want to ruin it. I've been shooting and passing with the Hawk for some time with the otter mesh on it, testing that out, and I wanted a stick for myself that was fairly cheap, and well, obviously since it's a birthday gift, didn't have to pay for it. So, but I know the Gate Ice is one of the lightest shafts you can get. So I think this was kind of cool. It has like the blue and the black on it. I showed you that before, but I decided to go with the super light version of the Clutch X. As you can see, the NOZ injection is right at the bottom there. It's kind of cool how they have it open, and I'm not exactly sure how they put it in, but it's kind of cool. Not really big fan of the ball stop. Might take that off and replace it with the RP3 ball stop. I'll just get a couple other ball stops, but it's cool. It tells the super light right on the side. That's how you identify it. And you can also identify these heads if they don't say it, either if it's scratched off. When you kind of bang on the sides, it kind of reminds you almost like a Clutch Elite or any type of NOZ head. So the Super Light series does feature the gas assist, like I was saying before. So this thing I weighed it earlier, weighed a 0.1 of an ounce higher than the NOZ. I think the NOZ weighed in at 4.4 ounces, and this weighed 4.5. And since the shaft only weighed 5 ounces, it's very, very light. This is a very, very light combo. I like it a lot. I've strung up a whole bunch of Clutch X's in my time, and I'm really digging the fact that this one has a whole bunch of strings at the top, so if I want to do a drop top string, or if I want to use all the holes, I can do that. So I really dig it. If you have the option to get the super light version, I'd say get it. So yeah, on this head right here, I'm going to put some the String King 1S on it, and see how that fares out. I know I'm kind of biased as not really a biased guy. I like to try all different types of meshes and stuff, but we'll put the string king on it, and I got a cool colorway that's going to go on it. So yeah, so I'm excited for the new string to come in from Stringer Shack. Excited to show this off. Once it's strung, I'll toss it on Instagram so you guys can see it. And that's pretty much it. So other than that, the RP3, like I said, the only thing that I had to adjust, excuse me, this doesn't want to stay down. Well, I'm just going to put it there. The only thing that I had to adjust was when I was shooting, it was kind of just sailing, so I actually had to add, I have to add another shooter to the bottom. I did it in a different color one just to see how it would throw, and it threw perfectly, so I'm going to do it. So yeah, I told you guys about the RP3. It's a really great head. If you guys haven't gotten one, pick up one in the X. It's absolutely amazing, and the shaft is just unbreakable. It feels like titanium in your hands, so if somebody breaks one of these things, I commend you, because it's going to take a lot to dent and break one of these things. So yeah, other than that, that's all I got today. I'm going to go put a cold cloth on my head because I'm really not feeling the greatest, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you guys haven't seen any other pictures, check out Instagram. I got most of them on there. So the mesh you see right there is going out. Hopefully you guys got some info on the shooters, as well as you guys, if you want deals on the some of the upcoming, if you want deals on the lacrosse stuff, just feel free to go through Sports Stop and they can hook you up. So other than that, hopefully you liked it, and that's it. Talk to you guys later. DMG out. Peace.